Good morning, Taurus. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Taurus, this is going to be your weekly reading. This will be from December 11th to December 17th. Quick thank you to all the subscribers, new and familiar faces as well. And then if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, do so, because you're going to get notifications every time a new video is posted. And I'm always trying to get something out to you guys. So with that, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment for all the ways you've supported the channel. Thank you very much. The donations, booking of readings are personal readings, I can't talk this morning, are currently available this week, and that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. Taurus, let's just jump right into it. So I heard from Spirit, with heaven's help, anything is possible. So I don't know what you guys are into. I did the daily reading, and I had this great feeling around, I think all the signs, really, of these new possibilities. And we have the new moon in Sagittarius today, and you know, we're starting to feel this energy kind of create a new space for us of what we're desiring our world to look like, letting go of things that are toxic and unhealthy for us. And so just know that if you feel like things are challenging or haven't been working out well, you know, sometimes just praying, meditating, taking a moment to breathe is exactly what it is that you need to do. And the way, Spirit just said, the way will become clear. The vision will become clear. Taurus, I like this energy for you so far. And I want to count my chickens before they hatch here, because you guys tend to send me on a roller coaster sometimes. But I do like this idea that something may have transpired over the weekend that is kind of renewing hope for you guys. So we're going to see how this plays out and what this means for you. So Taurus, let's get straight to it. All right. Taurus, Spirit, what does Taurus need to know? December 11th through the 17th. They're throwing me everything. You may have felt over the weekend too that everything got thrown at you, maybe in a way, in a subtle way. Like there's some kind of new creative possibility. You could have done something over the weekend that opened up this possibility for you, doing something outside of, they're saying for some of you, your norm, whatever your norm was, time and formation. You know, to see you guys make a shift out of this negative sense of self, because I feel like there's, Spirits just said there was a lot of negative self-talk for a while. You might have just finally, somebody could have said something to you. You could have just had an experience that has shifted your perspective. It's almost like you let your guard down long enough to trust what was being said or what was being seen from your perspective. That's a very interesting energy for you, Taurus. So let's see, what does Taurus need to know, Spirit? I feel like they just want to throw all the cards at me and go, here, read the deck, but we're not going to do that. Read the whole deck, Nicole. Read the whole deck. All right. Friction, fortitude, fragments. All right, Taurus, what is this? Here we go. All right, this friction, Spirit's telling me to pull two, one for you and one for the energy around you. All right, what does Taurus need to know, Spirit? There's two cards. They're being very specific with you guys this morning. Very, very specific. What does Taurus need to know? Energy around Taurus. What? I feel like for a while you guys were fighting this energy. Rediscovery. There we go. That formation again coming out on the bottom. This is, Spirit is saying there's been a lot of time and hesitancy into these new beginnings. And it's interesting, you know, that friction, I was like, oh gosh, Taurus, because it doesn't feel like your energy to me, given what Spirit had already, you know, intuitively handed me this morning for you guys. Your moves, one is an internal fight with you to get out of that stubborn ass energy, Taurus, that you guys live in, right? Doing it your terms, your way, and refusing to see something else. Same time though, for some of you, I feel like if you have shut down from other people, or just, I'm gonna say certain people, certain situations where you're not giving as much, that could have somebody feeling a little ruffled. Their feathers might be a little ruffled. They may be feeling some kind of way, like, well, what the hell, Taurus? Like, weren't you going to be and do X, Y, Z? 444 on the clock there. But it's like there's this feeling, Taurus, of something around you that is getting you to lighten up, to open up, to it's almost like somebody's seen a part of you that was innocent, and it was like in that moment you truly were. So I feel like moving through this week, you're going to start to work on the self, and I feel like typical terminology of this would be deer in the headlights, but it's softer than that. It's not a oh my god kind of moment. It's a lighter approach of something here is really changing for me. Something is shifting, something is opening up, and I almost feel like there's a newfound freedom in that, Taurus, that it's just like, I don't know what this means, but you feel raw, you feel open. But funny enough, though, for the first time, it doesn't feel so scary. So some of you, specifically, Spirit is speaking to Saturday. So Saturday morning, Saturday night, you could have had dreams. Something happened around that time frame, but it just feels very soft, very loving, very caring. So let's dive in and see what this friction is for this week, Spirit. King of Cups and the Three of Wands. You could have been dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Does not have to be specifically Scorpio or Pisces. Three of Wands. You are creating distance between you and a situation, definitely, and looking out to the horizons of what new things are to come for you. So what is this friction? The Empress, Four of Wands. You could have been fighting a connection for a while, Taurus. Doesn't have to be. Also, there you are, Taurus and Libra energy there with the Empress, Four of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. Taurus, I've said it in the last couple of weeks in your readings. It was just like this constant back and forth, needing to recognize, who you are, what it is that you need. Getting out of third-party situations. I feel like you may have quickly made an exit from a situation as well that maybe lingered. So you may be sitting in a space of doubt for a little while around where the turmoil, where the trouble was coming in from, the things that were feeling a little uncomfortable, and getting out of that energy. That Empress, she popped up in the daily read if I didn't already say that. But I do feel like all of a sudden, wherever you felt this resistance of dealing with people in situations where you kind of kept throwing yourself back in like the ring of fire is what Spirit is calling it. It was just like, why? So I feel like maybe something or someone else kind of came into your world that is shifting your dynamic from this need to be involved in something that was lower level vibrational energy to something that is actually going to work for you. I do feel like you are investing your time, energy, and efforts into something that is, it could be creative, it could just be an expression of love, Spirit is also saying. I do think that throughout this week, you're going to find some successes in what it is that you're working on and accomplishing right now. And it's kind of like the gates are opening for you finally, Taurus, and by God, it's about damn time. It's been a hot minute, right? You guys have been struggling. Anything, again, justice in the reverse position, Ace of Wands, that was not fair, balanced, or equivocal, walking away from that. I will say that for some of you, if you're dealing with a divorce or situation like that, you may feel like you've taken losses. Somebody could be opposing how you're moving, what you're doing, and who you're moving forward with. Taurus, this energy is very singular to me, though, with you, even though we've got the Empress here. But it also feels like it is the budding of a new life, a new chapter, a new journey for you this week. It's opening you up, and it's like, cutting your losses, but you're moving forward in grace. So you're realizing the things that do not support your foundations, letting those things go. Maybe you feel that if you were dealing with a divorce or something like that, when I talk about cutting those losses, like that you can be the Empress, you can move forward into a space of, Spirit just said guaranteed success. I love that for you, Taurus. That does not get tied to something else or somebody else or to some kind of contract. So even if you felt like you took a loss, it's a temporary thing. It's learning when to walk away. And I think I said over the weekend I can't remember if it was a sign specifically or a general reading for the collective, that sometimes when we just walk away from things, we realize that we may initially have felt that it would be a loss if we walked away from a situation. But ultimately what that does is it frees us up to step into something that is meant for us. So, you know, our human mind goes into, well, this is what I want and what I desire. So it's not, I feel like you were fighting letting go of something simply because it was like, well, your mind was made up on that. You were in that stubborn energy of your mind being set on a particular way of being, with a particular person, with a particular job, with whatever it was for you specifically. But it's like now you're realizing that it wasn't meant for you. It wasn't serving your higher purpose. So our humanistic nature is to go, if it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, then it was a loss. It wasn't a loss. You move forward in grace, you find something better that's more well suited for you. If anything, it's the other way around. Maybe somebody, you know, was losing out on you. They just, because somebody else maybe didn't see your value and the worth, that Empress energy, doesn't mean that the loss was sustained by you. The loss could have been sustained by them when it's said and done. So what does this rediscovery mean for Taurus this week, Spirit? What does rediscovery mean for Taurus? Some of you guys could be getting a little quiet. That Page of Swords in reverse, I'm not a big fan of that. It can be a little manipulative. Taurus, make sure that you're staying in high vibrational energy. Knight of Pentacles coming out. You may have had, again, communication at some point over it could be the beginning of this week, Spirit is saying, and then by the end of the week, it feels like maybe you feel like you're not getting enough communication back. Nine of, or no, where did I say? I was going to say the Nine of Cups. I have no idea where that came from. Seven of Swords. You could feel like somebody's kind of retracting an offer here too. You got the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords with the King of Cups. Again, the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, primarily Scorpio and Pisces. The World card, something coming to an end as well. There's a completion of a cycle to a past situation. Taurus, if you are, you may not like this, but it's for a reason. We have, you know, everybody and everything, you know, the universe uses, Spirit uses, God uses, whatever you want to put your faith into. 12:13 on the clock. We are all used as a reflection sometimes back to people. We are brought into someone's life for just a hot second to teach them something, to awaken them to something. If whatever you're starting off new in, and don't go, oh God, here we go again, because it's not an oh God, here we go again moment. If you have found something new and it opened you up, it sent you into moving past an old situation where you felt like you were losing, fighting a losing battle. Somebody comes in, and when you just use this as an example, somebody comes in, you only get to talk to them for a couple of weeks, you think this is going to be a romantic, you know, wonderful thing, and all of a sudden they retract their energy. This person, this situation was brought in to help you step into a creative ability to move forward for yourself. There was something that they've shown you. There was a moment that you had, like I said, it's almost like deer in the headlights, but an epiphany, a softness. They were meant to bring out a softness in you so that you can start to take form and shape your own life. It's like you're trying to mold and create your own life by them showing some expression of this love, this generosity, this kindness, that it makes my heart space feel very warm, okay? This little bit that they gave, this little bit that they're doing is just meant to open you up. It's like cracking, that egg starting to crack so that, you know, the bird can be born. That's what it was. And it's like they've started that process for you by coming into your world and expressing something somehow that you feel like you're starting to crack wide open. That bird does the wiggling and the moving to break that shell. So now it's like whoever this is, whatever this is, has passed the torch to you. They did enough to crack you open. Now it's your turn to do the work. And that's where, Taurus, I want to say to you, be very careful that you don't get hung up, that you're relying on somebody else to do that work for you. Nobody else can fix you, heal you, regenerate you. That is a work within yourself that you have to do. But sometimes those people are brought in long enough just to show us a part that still exists, that we may have shut down, that you've been fighting for some time, that now you get to step into this form of abundance to rediscover who you are, what it is that you need, what your inner child is craving. this cycle was a short-lived cycle. I mean, it could have been literally days. Spirit said up to 4 days. You may have spent 4 days with a person. There's a lot of 4 energy here that they're giving me. And that foundation, 1111 as well. So it's like you may have asked for this. Going back to the beginning message, anything is possible. You know, when you ask for heaven's help, ask for guidance. Just, here's like a new start in your journey. Let heaven help you. Anything is possible. So don't be heavily reliant on somebody else to create the world in which you want. Right now, like Spirit is saying, you are the creator of your own world. You get to decide how you move forward in this. Taurus, I got the goosebumps. Ooh, I like this for you because your readings have been very crazy. Some third party craziness. But I like this because it's opening you up. Your job here this week, Taurus, is not to shut back down, not to base it on somebody else. Because it's like, again, this softness, this reorientation, Spirit is saying to get you to realize that there's no need to be so rigid about everything. And so even if you feel like someone has checked out on you, they haven't. They've left you just enough for you to start to rebuild. And you know, the two swords that are left from the 7 or from the 5. Oh my God, I can't even talk. I can't even add. Holy Toledo. 7 swords on the card. He's taking 5 of those swords and leaving 2 behind. Spirit's redirecting me back to that 2 of swords, which I said, you know, don't get caught up in a space of indecision, right? Don't get going, I don't see the way forward because I don't have what I started with here to rebuild. You get to pave your path forward. You get to create this level of formation and how you want to do it. Spirit is emphasizing how you do it. There's a special way, Taurus, all signs have it, of how we create our own world. And this person, again, was brought in to support clarity for you, give you that aha, that eye-opening moment. But I feel like it's more than an eye-opening moment. It is a feeling. Okay, it is a feeling with this King of Cups, this loving, nurturing energies, emotionally stable. Whoever or whatever situation you've dealt with has revitalized this emotional space within you that's going to allow you to pour into yourself, which was needed because you have to do the healing, you know. If it's a relationship aspect or a situation around your work, maybe somebody came in and just said, hey, you know, we love the way that you did X, Y, and Z. How can we make this happen again? But then they leave everything. They're not going to be there to walk you through it. Now it's up to you. So, yeah, birds of a feather, exposed and revealed. There was something within you, Taurus, that needed to be shown to you. And now that it has, Spirit's asking you to put in the work. I said about that too. Roots of abundance is the advice. This grounded you. It brought you back to center so that you can be the storyteller. I told you, a closing of a chapter, that completion, the world card. 8, starting a new cycle here. Make it a positive one. Spirit is saying, quiet your mind. Do not let the things that, listen, this person was a muse for you. You may not realize it. You may have seen seen it in a different light that was supposed to be long lasting. It wasn't. They were supposed to send you back to that space of creativity within you, whether that's with your emotions, a project, a person, yourself, whatever. They were meant to crack you open in a burst of magic. That lotus is blooming, right? But you, Taurus, get to rewrite this next chapter, and I feel like you're at the very beginnings of this threshold with this energy in Sag right now with this new moon, is to take action, inspired action, be assertive in how you want to move forward, because, you know, I say it often, the time is now. It's time to get moving. And behind that, you've got the King of Swords and the Sun. There's massive clarity around the reason that things are not working out or did not work out the way you wanted them to. And I think this week, this is a redefining your world, opening yourself up to letting go of these things that tend to drag you down, bring you down. It's a new beginning. Spirit is talking about the sound, right? It brings us in that peace, that clarity. Work with those this week. So Taurus, that is your weekly message. I hope you found this to be very helpful to you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All the ways is you support the channel. My nose is itching, extra confirmation. I like this. I love this for you because you guys, I don't know what the hell you're doing sometimes, but you guys are like that Achilles heel for me. I don't know. You guys make me crazy sometimes, but I love this. This is beautiful energy to be in, Taurus. Keep moving forward in that space regardless of what stays or goes. It's not about that. It's about you. So stay in the you energy. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.